Ayer nada, hoy sí. I understand why, so that's why. But thank you. Do you understand? Good. Mr. Frank, check the CBI website. No zeros lifted yet. That's either looking for a fight or that's somebody very innocently, hey, I did what you told me to do. No change yet. Or so I'm going to say that you were trying to be helpful. Thank you for looking. My team looks every hour. Look at this. Look. You seen this before? You didn't have to do
I
that.
couldn't see what it said. I had to turn, just cancel it. I don't know why it does.
I know that. My question was.
Yes, I see it all the time.
Oh. Alrighty. Yes, we're more than ready. Go. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your YouTubies. Frank 26 YouTubies. It is the 23rd. That's good. It is the 23rd of 2019. It's good to be with you. We study the Iraqi dinar. It's extremely important that we set the ground rules before we do anything. We're not here to tell you that on this day it's going to happen. I know that you go to other sites and they do that. We don't. And I'm very, very adamant about it because people put dates to our study. In the same manner that they cannot be disciplined about their own study, they are not disciplined about what they steal from us and share with their listening audience. It's extremely important that we establish that there is no date and there is no rate to be given, not on a speculative investment. And if you're looking for one, you should not be involved in this investment because that's beyond stupidity. What you're looking for, though, is for the CBI, the authors, the ones that are, behind this currency, to give you any information that they can. happens to be that we're blessed to be able to understand what the CBI is doing. And you know why. So, with that said, let's have fun tonight and study the Iraqi dinar without any data rate. And this whole cause, in my opinion, which isn't even good enough to get you a cup of coffee. Okay? Okay. That's right, Young. I did tell everybody, in my opinion, the logistics of when to look for it on the CVI website. Anyways, this is our Friday UB2B, or excuse me, Saturday, I'm sorry. And like our Friday one, we normally keep it within about 30 to 45 minutes. And then I go to my form, ktfalways.com, and I answer their questions on Saturdays. Yesterday, we talked about two more of the things that the CBI are doing. And we'll talk about them on Monday. Everybody will catch up. But right now, we shared that last night with our family. And then on top of that, I went in there, I think about an hour or 2 hours after our Friday team chat. And I spent time with them again, about another 30 minutes. And I shared two more things that we haven't shared with our KTFA premium inside of our forum. And again, no one's left behind. We'll bring all that up again on Monday when we have our big conference call. So tonight, instead of me leaving, like I told you yesterday, we're not going to go to our forum. Instead, we're going to stay here. And we're going to answer apparently these are the questions, good God, about 25, 20, 26. Did you do that on purpose? About a good 25, 26 questions here from our forum. If there's any more that are coming in, Tink,
Yes.
please let me have them, okay?
Yep.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
There's only one more so far.
Okie dokie. So, yeah, we'll do that. And I've got my wife just handed me these questions. Thank you. I should have read these questions before I answered them. Are there particular things? Oh. Is the United States Treasury receiving dinars from the currency auctions? Oh my goodness, these are great questions. What is the biggest benefit of the RIRV of the dinar for the United States? As in the government, but not for the citizens. Balance our budget. Wow, these are good. Okay, all righty, we're gonna have fun. And then when we're done with these, this mountain of KTFA premium questions there. Then what we'll do is we'll turn over to those of you that are with us. I'll gladly answer any of your questions. And let's set those ground rules too. If I don't know the answer to a question, I'll tell you. I won't make a fool out of you or me. I won't disrespect myself in front of you, nor you in front of me. I'll tell you I don't know. If I don't feel comfortable about a certain question, I'll also then declare and simply say, listen, it's probably best that I don't make a comment about that right now. And then we'll move on. Okay? All righty. It's good to be with you all. Greetings from a very, very cold Toledo, Ohio. All righty. So, why don't we just go ahead and get started? Are we already splashing?
One.
Was he with bad words?
He called you a name.
He called me a name? Did he call me Frank? How dare you! Get out of here! Well, he didn't call me Frank?
Uh-uh.
Did it start with an F?
No.
Oh. Now, what I'm going to do, I actually have stuff to share with you. So I got to thinking, maybe there's no real need for us to share these files. I think there's 7 of them. There's no need to share this information. You know why? Because you're going to ask me the right questions. And I'll probably look off my notes to answer some of these questions as well, too. All righty. Let's have some fun. I was in Pigeon Forge last summer.
Somebody said hello from Pigeon Forge in Tennessee.
No kidding. Tennessee, beautiful mountains. Number one. This question comes from Casey. Greetings, Casey. Greetings to you. Frank has said before, we won't need him after this month. Does he still believe that in his opinion? Okay. Once again, allow me to reiterate that this is all in my opinion. I've been waiting for Daddy to show up. He did. But before that, while we were waiting for Daddy to show up, time was wasted and lives were lost. I was hoping that Daddy would show up maybe sooner. But the weeks went by. Then another week went by. And here we are in another week where Daddy finally shows up. And as soon as he got here, or excuse me, as soon as he got there, what happened? Like I said, all the cockroaches ran. They ran in every direction that they could. But the citizens who were out there followed them, yelled at them, burned their houses down. They're relentless, the citizens. They're angry. And they've killed over 300 of their own, the Iranian influence, elite garbage. And it just ticked them off even more. And so Daddy, as soon as he arrives, gives them the very number one thing that they want. They have a list, I think it's about 12 or 14 different demands. There might be more on them. But as soon as he arrives, he gives them exactly what the citizens wanted. The citizens did not want hopium. They were hoping that the United States would show up. And we did. And right away, wait till you hear Eddie's report, the Fireflies report today, if we have the time. Right away, the citizens were like, did you see that? Yeah. They stopped using the American dollar in the auction. And they changed the mechanism now when we convert the foreign currency, it goes through certain channels, some kind of a, I don't know, stupid computer. Is that what they said? Stupid computers? Oh, supercomputers. I don't know, something like that. And it just, there's no way they can steal. And did you see that? Look it. It's right. They're doing it right in front of us. Check it out. Take some pictures. They're arresting these guys. They put handcuffs on them. Yeah, you another one, sucker. I told you Daddy would get you. Yeah, Daddy's here. And when Daddy's here, we feel at peace. When the soldiers are here, we feel at peace. American soldiers. You watching Iran? Iran citizens? You are, aren't you? Okay. We feel better. But we're still protesting. So, if you feel better, how does Frank feel better? How does Frank feel about the month of November, the month of December, for that matter, the year of 2019? I feel, in my opinion, that they're on a schedule. And it's interesting that, in my opinion, I mean, I wish I could show you I wish I could tell you what I think is on that schedule, but I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't want nothing to do with it. But I know that the schedule is there, and every time I talk to my teams, just saying, check that off. Yep, next, 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 and here we are. Where are we now? They're they're lifting the 3 zeros. They've been lifting the 3 zeros. No, not physically. That's taken care of. Remember the nine steps? Well, you just talked about 2 of them. That's taking care of that. I know. Actually, 3 because we stopped using the American dollar in the auctions. I know. So, did I just snort again? So, so I believe with all my heart that the next step, CBI, what you doing? Well, we're lifting the 3 0, the 3 zeros, the notes. Yeah, the 3 0. The notes were already. We did that. We're lifting the 3 zeros from the exchange rate. Because we just introduced a new form of currency that can only work with this new exchange rate. You see the exchange rate that we have right now? What is it? 0.000845971 or something like that this morning. Yeah, that zero or that rate. There's no way you can apply it to the ice cream we just delivered to the banks that are going to be delivered to the citizens to give them purchasing power. So we are in the process of lifting the 3 zeros from the exchange rate, not from the currency, the physical stuff. Kind of already figured that one out. Kind of already told the citizens what we're doing. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And the reason why is because we have a new currency that needs a new rate for it to mathematically work. So, in my opinion, that's where we're at. What's he got, about a week? Yeah, 7 days left in the month. Do you think that they're going to do it? God only knows. So, does Frank still believe that we won't need him for next month? That's what I believe. That's the faith that I have. And I believe that now that, you see, when Daddy arrived, everybody's like, whoa, I don't care, still burn them down. And they did. But I told you 3 days ago, and I told Eddie as I was reading it to you, there's more, Eddie. we're, I know we're there. I told you we'd be there, and we are. But there's much more coming, Eddie. Remember? It's in your notes. Paragraph 4, second line right there on the left side. And all of a sudden, who in the world? Hey, the gurus knew, didn't they? I didn't know. I didn't know that Pence was going to show up today. VP. But he did. So what do you think that the Iraqi citizens are saying? Look who's here! Nah, 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 nah. You're going to get it, you're going to get it, you're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get everything we want. So, I'm looking to see what happens. Over the weekend. I told you that already. Oh, Frank's looking for a rate change over the weekend. No, I didn't say that. I'm looking for a rate change now. You see, the mechanics, the construction of the monetary reform only needs to pass out the ice cream. No laws, No Kurdistan. Budget's done. It'll be for them next year. They'll get everything they want. They already told them. So next month is December, huh? Would you need me in the month of December? I would pray that you don't. Let's see what happens. Question number 2. To serve turkey dinner is the media line. That's a good one, Jiggy. Girl H says, I see the minion next to Frank's name above the flag, next to shut the front door. I don't see anything. Question number 2 is from Big D. Hi, Big D. I've been noticing your postings. You're astute. You're sharp. You make good points and counterpoints against what we bring, and then you deduce a conclusion, which and if it's against us, you still do it with honor. Big D says, I think there is more to Vice President Pence. I think that there is more to Vice President. Oh, come on, Frank. You got to be serious about this. All right. I think, Big D's question, I think there is more to Vice President Pence visiting our troops today. It is a timing, a coincidence. There are no coincidences. A coincidence for Vice President Pence to be in Baghdad and Erbil today to help pace the cherry, or excuse me, to help place the cherry on the Sunday. For those of you that don't know what the rest of our KTFA members are talking about, I told you I went into our forum last night and I told them some things. Altogether, 2 and then 2, so 4 things that I didn't share with everyone else yet. And one of them was, I might as well tell you one of the 4, was KTFA family. I told you that there's more, right? Yeah. There's more to the ice cream, right? Yeah. What? There's a cherry on top of it. Why, Frank? Because I like a Sunday into a Monday. And also because of the recalculations that they did for international usage. So anyways, I think there's more to the Vice President Pence visiting our troops today. Is it a timing coincidence for Vice President Pence to be in Baghdad and Erbil today to help place the cherry on the Sunday? Well, in the beginning, in a land far, 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 far away called Washington, D.C., on the night that President Trump was elected as president, he sent an entourage to Iraq, straight to a body. And they talked to him and they said, "What's up, man?" "Well, we're having problems with the Iranian influence." "Tell you what, step aside. We're going to bring in a guy that can work with Iran." "Oh, yeah. Okay." They did, but it didn't work. It's been over a year. I mean, how do you break old habits, you know? So they didn't stop stealing, and it's the same old garbage. So now we're in a position where it's different now. In a land far, 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 far away, in Washington, D.C., on that first night, President Trump sent his team, go clean up the mess that Obama made. Thank you very much. And they have. It is amazing. Since President Trump took over, the advancements, ain't it? You Democrats, you're welcome. So now, what does he do again? Well, in the beginning, in the end, yeah, you send them again. Although Pence didn't go on the inaugural night, they were having, I think, prime steak and potatoes and carrots and Chabord. Well, anyways, they were having a good inaugural dinner. And that was at the beginning of President Trump's presidency. What? Somebody's in the hospital with fevers and chills? It's going to be a long night, huh, Tank? Okay.
Good swimmers.
Maybe I'll just make these short questions, huh? Or answers. I'm playing. Y'all have fun. Don't worry about me. I just get silly sometimes. Anyways, I think that you're right, Big D. In my opinion, I feel that in the beginning he sent that entourage to go clean up the mess, and at the end of the same purpose, the same quest, in the beginning and in the end, he did the same thing. He's sending his people, his most powerful people now, first to clean it up and then the Fab Four, but now he's sending Pence and well, you'll find out who else is there soon. So these people from the United States of America are there to tell the citizens, we're here. Didn't you call us? Didn't you use the bat phone? Well, we're here. Use the bat phone. Commissioner Gordon called us. I saw the light. It said USA. We're here. And I need for you to stop fighting. I need for you to stop the protesting. Can you do that for us, the United States of America, citizens of Iraq who have all the right to do what you're doing? But you went out there because that was the only thing that you could do. Sticks and stones may break their bones, but we will take care of it for you. So go home. Please consider this, citizens of Iraq. The more you stay out there, the longer it'll take for me to do what we have to do. And Frank may have to stick around and help everybody in December. Go home. Look, you wanted purchasing power? You know what we did with the auctions, right? And then we sent some people out the next few days, boom, 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 all talking about the auctions. Got them on flatbed truck, got it up there in your game when you were watching Bahrain, right? You understand, we're here, we're ready. But we need for you to stop this. We're not doing it. We know you're not doing it. As much as you were. And we know who is doing it. We'll take care of it, okay? I don't know, America. Let me help you. No, we don't need your help. Sit down. Go home. Be safe. Close your doors. So, the question, do I think that Vice President Pence visited was more to say to the troops, what's up, guys? You want some dark meat or white meat with that there mashed potatoes and gravy? Huh? This is a good turkey. What you want? Want extra stuffing? Nah. Vice President to go do that. Oh, no, Frank, hey, he went there to cheer up the troops. The troops... The troops were well talked to before they went over there. But you don't know that, do you? This is all in my opinion. Yeah, so Big D, I don't believe that there are any coincidences. I think that what there is timing, and I believe that the time is on a schedule. And in my heart, I believe that schedule was given by us and to see us there, I'm extremely encouraged. I don't know when. I don't know when the date that they have on that schedule. I don't know. Maybe this year, maybe next month, maybe next year. I have no idea. But I do know by faith and study and my strong opinion offered to you that they are ready to do this. I think you agree too, don't you? Yeah, I think you agree too. So, citizens, yeah, Pence is here and Daddy's here. And before even Pence got here, Daddy, I mean, what did we do? The two top things on your list. The CBI auctions are ready to give you purchasing power. Actually, the CBI. And we've arrested almost 100 people. Your government is changing, but you just got to let us do this. Question number 3. Also from Big D. How about that? Let's see, what did I miss? What did I miss? Oh! Oh, man, I'm going to go to sleep. Question number 3, also from Big D. Frank, on the 18th of November, there were little stars. Little star where you are. Added to the American flag. In the background. Yeah. Behind you, in the UB2Bs, I think I counted 9 stars. Is there a purpose for the stars related to our study? My God, it's full of stars. The budget. And I told everybody that about a year and a half ago. And they didn't understand. But it's also a total of 9. Because the CBI is using nine interesting plans that are making quite a difference to the citizens of Iraq. Hey, by the way, yesterday I noticed that the recording had an echo. You know, I sounded like I was in a toilet bowl or something, you know, and there was an echo. Does this sound better today? Let me see if you're even listening to me. Hi. Da 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 da. This. Blah 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 blah. That's a good one too. Uh, yes. Uh, Perfect sound. Oh, thank you. All right. Okay. Good gosh, look at all those yeses. I wish they were cookies. All right. So good question, Big D. Back to back for that matter. So now you know why about the 9 stars. But most of all, the budget. My God, it's full of stars. Number 4, from Lady Hawk. Frank, in your opinion, when the CBI website shows their new rate, will then appear, I'm so sorry. Will it then appear officially on Forex as an internationally tradable rate? And thank you. I messed that up. Let me try it again. Frank, in your opinion, when the CBI website shows their new rate, will it then appear officially on Forex as an internationally tradable rate? Yeah. Yeah. You see, your question is, when the CBI website shows their new rate. So let's hope and pray that it is a substantial new rate and 1-to-1. Let's hope they announce they're in a basket, Middle Eastern basket with a peg to the American dollar, which they bragged about yesterday. And the moment that the CBI does that, it's automatic. It's automatic. It's kind of like when you know that I'm on my UB2B. As soon as I get on my UB2B, Somebody tells you, hey, Frank's on, and you come and check Frank out, right? Okay. So the moment that the CBI raises the rate and they accept Article 8 as their responsibility to be internationally recognized with their currency and their banks, then that data is pinged, sent, boom. It's sent all over to all central banks, and obviously, yeah, to the stock exchanges, and most definitely to currency converters like Forex. And you say, will it then appear officially on Forex as an internationally tradable rate? Yes, if they've accepted Article 8. And it'll be in the data that is sent to all these agencies, all these banks, all these converter places, all these stock markets. And the moment that that happens, then that unit, that entity, their responsibility is to take the data that they just got from the CBI and put it on their CBI, like on the Forex. And it's the CBI's job, responsibility to send the data to Forex so Forex can have it exactly from the horse's mouth, exactly the way it should be on Forex, and not with a mistake or misinterpreted or whatever. Okay, all righty. I should cross these out. A little title from your address, use or to Spanish speaking man corresponding to Mr. or Sir.
Someone said C senior.
See, senior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SENI.
Well, I guess I am a senior. I'm about to be 64 years old. Okay, see, senior. See, senior, senior. See, senior, senior. See, senior. Oh, God, okay. Never mind. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good question, Lady Hawk. Now we go to question number 5 from KBC123. Hey, KBC123, how you doing? Mr. Frank, does me. In the past, I believe we had considered approximately, you guys have good questions. I just realized what you're about to ask. In the past, I believe that we had considered waiting approximately 72 days before exchanging the bulk of our dinars. This is a good question, family, especially you newbies. Pay attention. Thinking it might go up a little more within this time? In your opinion, is this still the case after the initial RI? Now, for those of you that were talking and not paying attention, I'm going to read it to you one more time because I think this is a very good question. In the past, I believe we had considered waiting approximately 72 days before exchanging the bulk of our dinar, thinking it might go up a little bit more within this time. In your opinion, is this still the case after the initial RI? All of this is in my opinion. And I think that because of the recalculations that we already talked about, gosh, for months, and explained them and showed you the proof of them, because of that, 72 days might still be okay, but in my opinion, I think it'll happen faster. See, back then when we had those, that was what, about a year and a half, 2 years ago? That was based on the calculations that we had. And those were old. You see, back in 2014, the Minister of Planning and the Minister of Finance, they came out and they said to the CBI, hey guys, so what you think for the budget this year? What rate do we need? And the CBI very sincerely came out and said, yeah, we're looking for 3.108. And the GOI said, no. What do you mean no? No. What do you mean no? No, you should have, no, you're off. We're off. What should it be? About 20% more. Probably, but we don't have the permission. So no, I mean, no, it's no. What we told you, and when you figure that out, 20% onto what they gave them, that would come out to around 386, 380, about $3.86. But even that figure, because that was 2014, even that figure, in my opinion, is incorrect. You still now have to add inflation onto that, which might take it into the 4+ range. So the recalculations, I think, in my opinion, are going to allow this to be faster pace than 72 days. Let's see, U.S. Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier. Okay. No, not 15%, 20%. Somebody asked me today, hey, Frank? Yeah. Why do you call yourself Frank 26? For 3 reasons. There you go with your threes. Yeah, I like things in threes. I think in threes. I know, isn't that weird? To me, when I see a number like three's a little girl, and she's a friend of number 2. When I think numbers, I can actually see colors. And when you combine the numbers like 147, each one of those is unique and has their own personalities. And when they're combined together, those the splashing of colors in my head is interesting. I don't know what it means, but for what it's worth, I told the gentleman, I said, Frank 26. Well, first of all, the first reason, I was conceived on February the 26th of 1955. I carried that number on my jersey when I played football in high school all those years. And when I was asked on November the 1st of 2008 to lead a forum, and they asked me, what do you want to call yourself? I did some quick math in my head. And if you take 26 and you do the reciprocal of 26.26, divide 26 by 1, you will find out that it comes out to 386. Destined I was. So I hope I answered your question, KBC. Still, you must make decisions of knowing when to hold them, when to fold them. Still, 72 hours or days, it may be less than that. It may be more than that. Take care of yourself. Take care of your investment. Be a good steward. Make the right decisions. May I suggest this, and only suggesting. I'm not telling you to do this. I have people that call me and they say, hey, Frank, I can't wait. I'm going to wipe out all my debt. When the blessing occurs, yeah, I'm going to get rid of my car payment, my house payment, my credit cards, and that'd be a big mistake. What? I've been waiting all my life to be debt-free. Well, that would really be a big mistake. God says, owe no man no money. Don't owe anybody money. God was talking about one-on-one, in my opinion. In this modern age, it's a little bit different. You see, your credit history is extremely important. If you should decide to wipe out every bill that you've got, and then the next month you have no payments, and the next month you have no payments, you know what's going to happen to your credit score? It will disintegrate, from your 800, 900 number, wherever you're at, and it's going to start to come down until it's 0. And then one day, when you need an institution to finance, they're going to look at you and they're going to say, oh my gosh, you ain't never paid anything. Yeah, I pay everything in cash. Oh, we don't like people like you. What? Yeah, you see, our goal is to become a cashless society, EUS dollars. And that's not the way to do it. Whoa, okay. So think about that. Be careful. Keep one or two revolving accounts. Keep car payment, whatever. But just make your payments on time. I would say you could, if you really want to improve your record, your credit record, keep some of your accounts open and make double payments at a time. You never thought of that, did you? I know you didn't. Hey. So, yeah, okay? Okay. I am 100% un American. King's Harem. Bye bye. Okay. That was the wrong thing to say on my show. I mean, if you are, that's okay. And say that, hey, I'm from wherever you're from. But un American? Yeah, I can read between the uncola lines. Question number 6 from T. Casper. Hey, T. Casper. You are very transparent. You know that, don't you? All right. I just had to say that. Haven't seen you in a while. Frank, in your opinion, do the protesters have to stop totally before the ice cream can be served to the citizens? Or, just one question at a time. Or could the CBI plan an ice cream Sunday party to stop these protesters? Ah, okay, I like that. Okay, so the question is, do you think that the protesting has to stop in order to serve the ice cream? No. I even said to you, remember? Watch the CBI embarrass the GOI. But now that Daddy's here, I don't think there'll be any embarrassments. I think that there's more of a cohesiveness, a working together, a symbiotic relationship now, where it was more parasitical. The CBI was the parasite um of progress in Iraq. So, do you think that they have to have the protesters totally stop? Totally stop? No, no. But the CBI is encouraging it, and you heard me tell you very clearly. Allah, come out and tell the citizens, please, please. If you stop this in a few days to a couple of weeks, we can go right back to where we were. That's where we are right now. And Daddy came, and then Daddy now sends Vice President Pence, and Daddy's going to send more. And by the time that they all get there, the citizens will start to be they're at peace, and God willing, they will say, "You know what's going on, don't you? Let's help the Americans. Get off the streets. Get off the street." There you go, sir. Anything else we can do? Coffee? Our coffee's pretty strong. It's in a little cup. Are you sure you want it? So, T. Casper, no. But then you say, or could the CBI plan an ice cream Sunday party to stop these protesters? Oh, I like that. I like that. An ice cream Sunday party. Well, that's why I told you to put the cherry on top of your ice cream now. Because I favor a Sunday into a Monday. It's more logical than any other day of the week. But our teams, we check the CBI hourly. I just happen to check specific days for myself. And I also told you the hours and the times for you to calculate. And I also gave you a marker. I gave you a marker. If you see the ocean recede, I mean, you're standing there on the ocean, right? Having a good time picking up them seashells. Oh, look at that starfish. All of a sudden, where's the ocean? Oh my God, the ocean went out about a mile back there. What happened? Look at all the rocks exposed. Look at all, what's going on? That would be a marker that a typhoon is about to come in and you should run like crazy in the other direction. So if you see a marker where all of a sudden the CBI website shuts down for more than 3 hours, all the way up to possibly 8, son of a gun. So, I hope that helps you. And as far as a party, it will be. It will be. Question, how we doing? Let's see here. Let me see. Signify free thinking about, no, okay, never mind that. Banana split. Okay, Herbie. I like that one. Alrighty. Let's see here. Tsunami, tidal wave. Oh, you were catching on. CS Knock Knock says, which YouTube did Frank tell us to watch the CBI website? I watch all the time and I missed that yesterday. Oh yeah, I missed that one. Okay, no wonder I missed it. You guys are fun. I hope you don't mind if I tell you in an agape manner. I love you. I've grown fond of you. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, and I'll miss you when I'm gone. But KTFA will metamorphosize. We will shift gears. We will not down throttle. We will throttle up, and we're going to go and translate Bibles into languages that the tribal people don't even know about. I will plaster the Ten Commandments in the clouds. We will teach the Word of God. We will send people to the seminar, to colleges, to become theologists, and we will build churches, and we'll put people in those churches to teach the Word of God. And then there will be people like me and my friends that will stand. We will stand in the front of these churches, and we will guard them. No demons will cross that barrier. No, not in these end times. Question number 7 from Red Pilled. Red Pilled. Yeah, let's see, where's Red Pilled? I bet you I can find him. No. Oh, here's one. Hey, Mark Jensen, you tried calling me today. I noticed that, and I'm sorry I couldn't get to that. I was on the phone with somebody else, and you didn't leave a message, so I didn't call you back because I just can't keep up with everybody. But you're saying, Frank, do you think that Donald Trump Frank, do you think Donald Trump going to Iraq next week significant? Who told you he was going there next week? I'm serious. Who told you he's going there next week? I didn't. Yet. Question number 7 from Red Pill. When the rate changes in Iraq, how soon can we exchange? As soon as you wake up, because you're going to be asleep when it happens. I'll be awake. My body is tuned to the time zone of Iraq. But you'll be able to exchange immediately. And when you wake up, Forex will already have it. All the other sites will already have it. And when you see it on the CBI website, you'll get excited. But then I hope that you get to your team, your consul, your financial advisor, your family, your minister, whatever it may be, your bookkeeper, your best friend that you pinky swore that you would always be friends. Whatever it takes, make proper decisions. Go to God in prayer, and decide. What should I do? Do I cash out now? Or excuse me, do I exchange now? Do I exchange all of it now? Or just a little bit? And then if I do a little bit, when do I do the rest? So that's where you must be, a student. That was ridiculous. Did you remove him completely? Because that's stupid. We're not going to take our money to no bookie. You know, that's childish. I hope you are a child and made that post. Did you get rid of him completely?
No.
If he does it again, anything like that, just get rid of them. I don't want them with us. And if you were being humorous, okay, it's funny if you were in my presence. You see, I can see your face. I can understand what you're trying to do. But when you're posting, you got to be a little bit more explicit. But saying that we're going to take your money to a bookie, no, that's not proper stewardship, and that's actually stupidity.
Said it was a joke.
He said it was a joke?
Yeah.
Okay, then it was funny. Bookie, man, crazy. You ain't gonna go no bookie. Although you could give me your dinars and I'll give you some of my cookies. Huh? Huh? That's like, hey, we're stopping at question number 8. Hold on. That's like when they called me today and they said, Frank, what? This guy, what? He wants my dinars. Why? He's going to give you, what, $3, $4, $5 per dinar pretty soon? Yeah, Frank, that's what he told me. Honest Injun. Yup. No, don't do that. 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 This thing actually started back, back in 2007. I remember the gentleman, his last name was Furbanks.
Burbank.
Is that it?
Burbanks.
Furbanks?
Burr.
Oh, Burbanks! That was his name. Oh, yeah, the first name with a B. Are we spinning? We're shutting down? Oh, he just shut down over there. And this guy calls me and he says, hey, Frank, what? I understand you got yourself a form. Yeah, I guess they gave it to me. Why? Well, we could get all these people to give us their dinars. What? Yeah, I got a lawyer. And we can draw up the documents, make it legal and everything. What are you going to do with the dinars? Oh, man, we can make money. I'll teach you how to make money with the dinar. You mean draw interest off of it? I'll tell you later. You don't have to tell me jack. So you want me to tell my people to give me their dinars and I'll give them to you and we're going to make some money off of it. While they sit there waiting, thinking that they're going to get something more for it. And then when it never happens, we give them their dinars back? Oh, yeah, we can give them back. You're a sick puppy. No, I don't want nothing to do with this. Oh, man, you don't understand. Man, what's the matter with you? That's easy picking. Why you going to leave money on the table like that, man? Come on, Frank. You best go away. And I just hung up on him. And he kept sending me stuff. But I never dealt with him again. And then, like around 2009 or 10, holy cow, everybody started to do it. In fact, that guy I'm telling you about, he's already been investigated and they took care of him. But wow, then it became a wildfire. Everybody started to do it. One of my own dear friends did it. And I miss my friend. I liked him a lot. I like him a lot, and I miss him. But I'm not about to do this. It's not right. And these people are all, slowly but surely, they're being investigated. Hey, I represent the Navajo Indian Reservation. That's sovereign land in the United States, Frank. That land belongs to them, so we can cash out there and we don't have to pay any taxes. I can give you a lot. Would you shut up? Hey, Frank, what? I belong to the elders. What tribe? No, just the elders. I think he said that they were the elders from China. I don't know. But we're going to make a lot of money, man. You wanna? No. Hey, Frank, what? I belong to the humanitarian project from the United Nations. Yeah, buddy. We're going to make a gazillion, not just whatever they offer you. Dude. So then, and it went on and on and on and on and on. I can tell you there was the Rear Admiral group. There was the Deng Xiaoping group. I don't know. There was all kinds of groups. They were just taking your currency. and putting it into accounts. I mean, in the Middle East, the interest rates are ridiculous. They give you a lot. Draw making money. That's what I think, anyways. I can't prove that. I don't know, but that's what I think. And it's sad. This is like the 800 numbers. Oh God. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off off the track. Question number 8 from Rain Dancer. Hi, Rain Dancer. I've also noticed you. Frank, if the ice cream is no longer in the receiving room, well, who said no? I mean, in the receiving room. To me, the banks are the receiving room. Anyways, Frank, if the ice cream is no longer in the I think what you mean at the CBI. You see, oh God, how do I do this? In my opinion, I had a dream that the reason why Daddy showed up is because we were about to deliver the ice cream to all these banks, and they needed to make sure that they weren't burnt up, raided, whatever. And then when they were done, come back, everybody around the green zone. Don't move, protect the CBI. All these banks, can you imagine? The CBI, there ain't no more 3 zeros, man. Oops. In my opinion, in my dream. Okay? Okay. Light bulb. So the question, yeah, nobody have to do is, where did it, okay, so Frank, if ice cream is no longer in the receiving room, where did it go when it melted? It hasn't melted. No, they use liquid nitrogen to freeze this. It's beyond Dippin' Dots. The ice cream has not melted. The ice cream is waiting to be distributed. Question number 9, and thank you, Rain Dancer. Question number 9 from Red Pill again. Ah, there's Rain Dancer. You understand. How, let me help you. How could it have melted? How could it have melted? In my opinion, if Daddy hadn't showed up, those protesters would have busted those banks down. The Iranians would have helped them. And they would have taken all that ice cream. And that's why the central bank in the green zone was fortified like you have no idea. You don't touch the queen bee. You don't touch the hive that contains the rest because we only passed out so much pizza. Oh, shit. All of this is in my opinion. I know. Question number 10 from JED. When a citizen goes shopping, do they get the new small notes for change or only in bank accounts? When a citizen goes shopping, do they get, well, right now, they're getting the 3-0 notes. Although they are trying, because I think they know, they are trying to put it into their circulation, into their markets, into their cash box, into their wallets, into their the strap that they wear around their waist. The 250, the 500, and 1,000, because they know that's going to be incorporated. The 3 zeros, no comment about the citizens and the 3 zeros. And yesterday we gave 2 more tools that the CBI is using to get those 3 zeros. Team chat, premium team chat, you know what I'm talking about, and we'll share it with everybody else. So when a citizen goes shopping, do they get the new small notes? Not right now. But when the rate goes up and the small notes are out distributed, well, of course, that's what they're going to get. Okay. Do they get the new small notes for change or only in bank accounts? Again, they're not getting them right now. Okay? All righty. That's JED. Thank you for your question, by the way. Question number 11.
I think you missed number 9.
In your opinion, do the corrupt who hold dinars need to be dealt with first before raising the rate? Oh, that was Red Pill. I missed your question completely. I'm sorry. I played hopscotch.
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch. Yeah, I did. Hold on a second. Hold on. I landed on your question. Here we go. In your opinion, says Red Pill, do the corrupt who hold in ours need to be dealt with first before raising the rate? I think I did answer that. In fact, I know I answered it. No, no, I did answer it. So then, question number 10, I did answer it. How we doing over here? Monica says, do you think that Pence being over there means that they are getting ready? Oh, I guess you just got here, Monica. Boy, did we spend some time on that question. Please, rewind when we're done, and I hope my answer helps you. Question number 10 from Dog Lover. Roof, 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 roof. I love dogs. Me and Tink, we love dogs. All dogs go to heaven, don't they? You bet. All God's creatures go back to heaven. Question from Dog Lover. Is it correct that we do not have to wait for the budget to Great question. Is it correct that we do not have to wait for the budget to be read twice and then published in the Gazette in order for the rate to change? That is correct. You see, it says, is it correct that we do not have to wait for the budget to be read twice? That part, I will say that they do. Yeah, they do. There are 2 readings. One is scheduled for January, and I think the other one in the first part of February. I know. Oh, we gotta wait till January, February. That's not what I said, was it? So don't change my words. Besides, the question to that one is buried deep down in here, and we're gonna get to it in just a second. Besides, I've already answered that. But I've learned so many newbies, so many people that don't come on time. I have to be respectful and help everybody. Because that's the only thing I know to do. So, a question from Dog Lover. Is it correct that we do not have to wait for the budget to be read twice? You do. You do. And then published in the Gazette in order for the rate to change? That one, the Gazette, they make their own rules. They sometimes don't even publish anything, but they should. And I think in this case, oh, heck yeah, they will. as soon as the rate is released. Question number 12 from Tim. How you doing, Tim? Frank, are we still looking for the second article? Well, it's what we call the second article from the CBI. You see, the first article, which came out earlier this year, I think it was in February, was actually telling the citizens that, hey, you know what? What? We're going to lift the 3 zeros? Really? Yeah. We're adding a value to the currency. We call it purchasing power, and we're going to come out with these new notes. Yeah, and also we're going to introduce coins. In fact, we're going to start showing you the coins that we used to have and educate you and all that. Wow! So that was Article 1 from the CBI, and that's what we call it. And then we called the second one, which will contain the pictures and the descriptions of what they talked about in Article 1. So Article 2 will have the pictures and the descriptions of what they're about to receive. And I think they'll probably get that just before, like the day before, maybe even hours before. I don't think they'll get that information when they release the new coins and right now the coins are much later. But I don't think, no, that's going to be the case when they release the new small category notes. I think that the education will come before they actually give it to them physically or electronically. Yo, Frankie. What, Dennis? Is that Dennis? Dennis Porter? Yeah. What? Yo, Frankie. Yo, what? I got a yo-yo. Me too, watch this. Rock the baby. All right. Question number 13 from J.E.K. Again, J.E.K. If there are 9 phases, no, not 9 phases. There were 4 phases of the monetary reform. If there are 9 phases, and I don't have any problems, J.E.D., with you calling them phases. It's okay because they are the new 9 phases that are being used to control the citizens. Um, uh, Opening accounts, the ATM machines. Yeah, so, anyways, JED. If there are 9 phases and we are in phase 3, no. How long until the next phase to be completed? First of all, you got your phases wrong. So let me try to, just get rid of that question. Okay, we get rid of that question. And what you need to do is think about this. There were 4 phases, okay, to the monetary reform. Long done. We're at the end of it. But there is something else now being done. I don't mind if you call them phases, but they're more, and I told you yesterday, a plan. Remember? These are plans that the CBI has well studied with the Fab Four, because when you see what they are, it's the same thing we do in the United States. Question number 14 is and this is also from Red Pill. I'm gonna charge you cookies. Is the rate change as close as the nose on your face or a Hawaiian lei? Or you say a lei in Hawaii. Nah. Or like a Hawaiian lei. Is the rate change as close as your nose on your face? Funny, is Red Pill a member of our forum? Oh, yeah? Oh, you cheated. Did you see me come in last night and talk with everybody with a little extra, a little something, something? Huh? A little extra? And somebody said to me, hey, Frank, are we close? And I type, enter, and it said, close enough. And everybody's like, oh, LOL, 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 LOL. But I wasn't done. If I have dots, it's because I'm going to say something else. And then I said, after I put close enough, dot, 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 dots, 7 of them. Close enough to reach out and touch the face of God. That's how close I think we are. Question number 15. Oh, and I told them, you got to have faith, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But boy, are you seeing some things, no? Yeah, yeah. So I told them, I said, if you are at that level, if you are at that peace, then just like when we were children, and we would put our feet, our little tiny little feet on top of dad or mom's feet. Right now, we have our feet on top of God's feet. And we're holding on to his hands, and he's holding on to us as we look for him to make the next move for us. Question number 15 from Big D. What is this? Is this syndicated questions or what? Good grief. Question number 15, also from Big D. Does the IG report, I don't want to get, well, we are going to be a little political maybe, I don't know. Does the IG report coming out on December the 9th, which will tie the hands of our corrupt politicians and government bureaucrats, tie into the timing of the RI? I'll tell you what. Here's your question right here. I know. I'm not saying anything. No, it's not there. Let me save that question. Because I'm going to go nuclear on it. Here's the question. I can go supernova on this. Does the IG report coming out of December 9th, which will tie the hands of our corrupt politicians and government bureaucrats, tie into the timing of the reinstatement? Uh-oh. Yeah, what'd you do good? What'd you do good? Okay, Raph my ass a rose on lapels.
They want to know what ROFL is. Rose on Frank's lapel.
Oh, that's pretty good, Jan.
Thank you.
Wow. You really? And that's what. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're shutting down, Tank.
Mine's fun, but it's fine.
Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Oh, okay. No, we're back. It looks like we come off and we come in and we come off and come in. I'm sorry about that, folks. Look at here. We got another another whole page of questions, okay? Let's give these a try as well. Having fun? Are you learning? Or, I mean, is my opinion being of some help? I pray it is. Question from Wasabi. Wasabi! Wasabi! What's up? Hey, Frank. What? I want to thank you, sir. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Sly and the Family Stone. The CBI has I'm not. The CBI has receipts for the new small category notes in exchange for the 30 notes. The ice cream is being served, melting rapidly, cherry placed on top. Pence, VP, Kurdistan, delegation, HCO, Article 140. Thank you for giving me my notes, but what's the question? And citizens have not enjoyed the sweet taste, in your opinion. Why serve ice cream before the citizens can truly enjoy it? Wasabi? That's why it's not served yet. I think I'll leave it at that. And question number 17 from Bonhoeffer? Yeah, Bohn, that would be Bon, Hofer, Bonhoeffer. I hope I'm saying that right. What, Jen?
Bonhoeffer, maybe?
Bonhoeffer? Okay. Question from Bonhoeffer. Are there particular banks that will exchange the dinar once the rate is changed? Oh, you're a newbie. Welcome, welcome. We talked about this, oh gosh, weeks. And then especially when we were finally given permission to tell you that, in our opinion, the CBI has reached out internationally to banks around the world, private banks around the world, to have a relationship, an international relationship with them for the exchange process. Yeah. In my opinion, also, the Central Bank of Iraq will have CBI banks in the United States of America where you can go in and exchange your currency and keep it as dinars, which is, I mean, that would be fantastic if that's true, and I think it is, because that would help us in the process of when to hold them and when to fold them, and it would help us also that the money would not just be sitting there as dinar nowhere. I mean, it's in their banks, and I'm drawing their interest off of it. Oh, nice. But when I feel that it's time for me to make a move, give me some of that. In fact, I'll stay with you. Go ahead and convert it. Or give me some of that. And I go to another bank, an American bank, and convert it and deposit it there. Yeah, there are many places that are well established. Alrighty, don't understand the last part of you. William Adam. Okay, what is possible that at the reinstatement our banking system would be in a evolution? I know, C.S. Husband. I didn't get it either. If he tries again, let me know. Let me know. I want to help him. And what's this one? Gearhead. Hey, Gearhead! Is that our Gearhead?
Old news house.
Oh, buddy, yeah, one of our own news hounds. Yeah, wasn't it? No, he did. Was he?
Gearhead.
Is he the one that we went to the race
No.
play? No, that was someone else. Okay, Gearhead. Where's this question? Did you poof it?
No,
Oh,
he didn't ask the question.
don't go to the bank that doesn't validate in front of you. Ain't that the truth? When this thing that I told you about, that hey, give me your dinars and I'll give you a lot more money, and I started to preach against it and tell everybody on our program, don't pay attention to these people. In fact, look, if you do this, if you if you're that gullible, I mean, I know Barnum and Bailey what he said that there's a sucker born every, but you don't have to be one. Don't do that. But if you do, here's what I tell you to do. Take your dinar before you give it to them and take a picture of it. I'll give it to them. And the day when it finally comes that you tell them, give my dinars back. You want to maybe double check and make sure it's the same ones? The odds are they won't be. So that was wasabi. Did I help you? Why serve? Yeah. And bone offer. Yep, we did that one too. And question from Judy. Hi, Judy. In the past, you had stated that, in your opinion, the United Nations would not put Iraq back into Chapter 7. Yeah, but we didn't think that there was going to be these riots, right? I mean, we were confident in controlling all the cities, in controlling ISIS and Daesh. Yeah, even Afghanistan. I mean, we were, and based on that. But now, I mean, come on, Judy, the weather changed, right? In the past, you had stated that, in your opinion, the United Nations would not put Iraq back into Chapter 7. Is this still your opinion, especially since Daddy is there now? And I think I just answered it. With Daddy being there, it'll stop them from being put into Chapter 7. Because it was Daddy that sent the UN to go in there and threaten them. You want to get back on 7? You want to go back on 7? No. So Daddy instead shows up and he says, let me isolate them. Just don't, just shut up about 7. And you haven't heard a single word about Chapter 7 in about a week. She having a good time? Question from Bear Sin. Like a bear, like, Smokey the Bear, and Sin like Cincinnati. I've seen your name. Is the United States Treasury receiving dinars from the currency auctions? That's a good question. Okay. At this time, I don't feel comfortable to answer that question. But allow me to say, Bear Sin. Good question. Question number 20 from JLA. What is the? That's why the Democrats are pissed. I think. No, I didn't say it. Hold on, let me hit rewind. Oh, lordy. Okay, where are we? Question number 20. That's funny. Question number. Oh, that was 19. Okay. Question number 20. JLA again. What is the biggest benefit of the RIRV of the dinar for the United States? As in the government, not the citizens. You serious? Well, JLA, JAL, isn't that the Japanese airline? No, that would be JAL. This is JLA. Well, the biggest benefit is, okay, let's go there. Obviously, you're a newbie. Welcome. It's good to have you. Although I've seen your name frequently with us. Welcome. Jayla. I'll call you Jayla. What happened was that this is something that we do periodically as a nation of power. as a nation that we once entitled ourselves a Christian nation. We seek environments where the underdog is being oppressed by, especially communism. So we go there to help them. And when we do, we pour everything into it. You can go all the way back. Well, the Civil War, no. World War One, no. World War Two, no. So starting, let's go with Korea, Vietnam. Interesting, and those were the two that failed. Ended up with a DMZ for both of them. But yet they were very profitable. The war was actually an industry. They last about 10 years, give or take, 8 to 10 years. And it's reflective of the stock market because as the war produces the GDP of that nation because it needs stuff, then then their stocks, their GDP, their interests, everything is dramatically improved. When we didn't get nada for the other campaigns in the jungle warfare, we changed our equipment to filter sand because that's where the oil was. And we started going. And we went to Iran. The Shah, the idiot, he didn't pay attention, so they killed him. And ever since then, Iran turned into a viper's den. We told you, Shah, but, whatever. And then we go into these countries and we say, with the United Nations, it's not just us, we're all here to help you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And while we're at it, we're the most powerful. We can give you money. Would you like money? Yeah. Well, we'll take over your banking system. We'll take your government. You can't run a government. We'll take over your government. We'll tell you who to put in and take out. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. And we take over and we fight for them. And we're victorious. We also take their money. And we downgrade it. We throttle down. And in Iraq's case, we're going to reinstate it. But we didn't think it was going to take 16 years, for God's sakes. That's why our stock market got screwed up. Thanks, Obama. But then Trump took Iraq and he did what he did, and it's reflective in the stock market. Because every 10 years we go to a country and we say we're going to rebuild you. We apply the Marshall Plan, and we rebuild them. But we take their currency, we put it in our U.S. Treasury because it ain't worth nothing. We downgraded it. Okay. But then when we rebuild it and we put it back into the market and it goes up with value, I'm sorry, hey, we got that toilet paper currency of yours in our U.S. Treasury, and it just blossomed. And it happened from 90 to 99 with Clinton. Jeez. That's why he smoked as many cigars as he could. He didn't have to do nothing. He just rode the waves. Hanging 10, man. Oh, I lost a toe. Hanging 9, man. Groovy. And he rode it, embarrassed his wife, embarrassed his party, his Democratic Party. Of course, they do that to themselves. And in 99, your question is, does this, is this anything good? This RVRI dinar for the U.S., for our government? Yeah, because he took the windfall from Kuwait and he paid off. He paid off a good chunk of our deficit, which the Democrats went right back and filled it back up. And he also balanced our budget. And everybody thought, oh, he's a hero, oh, he's the greatest thing since, whatever. But people are, we're in grade school, in kindergarten, in high school, in college, in grad school. Where did you ever learn how to make money? What institution has ever taught you how to make money? No, your job is to lose the money. especially through fines and taxes and interests. Yeah, that's how our government functions. You got to lose it, dude. Don't bel And they find every way to take it away from you, don't they? And then they got taxes on top of taxes. But I ain't got no problems paying taxes. That's what God tells me to do. Give unto Caesar what belongs to him. Heck, I throw it at him. Here! What, are you going to find me interest on that? So, anyways, I mean, yeah, I hope I answered your question. Guess where we're going next? Question from Teresa, question number 21. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Hey, by the way, so basically this is how Sora got his wealth. Ooh, Herbie. I don't know. Herbie goes, wow, I didn't know that. Welcome to my world. Questions from Teresa. Frank, in your opinion, how long will the CPI wait for the citizens to stop the protest? In your opinion, how long? Go ahead and turn it down, would you please? In your opinion, how long will the CPI wait for the citizens to stop the protest? Once again, it's related to the other questions. Daddy's there. And because Daddy's there, there's a reason now to slow it down. There's a reason now to stop it. And the citizens are watching and they're aware of it. And wait till I give you Eddie's report today so that you'll understand, because the media didn't give you jack about that today. Thank you very much. Question number 22 from Karen. Hi, Karen. In Frank's opinion, what is his take on Iran's vice VP stating, "We will respond firmly to any country found to be involved in interfering in our affairs." Article 93 today, considering Iran has interfered with Iraq. Well, that's why we're there, Karen. That's why we're there. And yesterday, if you were with us, I told you about a stack of files. Remember? Interpol. Remember? Okay. And as soon as, the UN got there, that's who brought them, the UN. Okay. Daddy's doing something else. He's giving the demands to the citizens through the government of Iraq by changing it. Because the CBI is ready. And that ice cream is melting. But we don't want it to melt all the way, right? Okay. So, when he says we will respond firmly to any country found to be involved in interfering with our affairs. Now you're saying, what is his opinion on Iran's vice president stating that? Well, Iran is hypocritical. They're completely in denial. They say they got the greatest army in the world. They will destroy the American army. I mean, that's either mentally retarded or just in complete denial. Obviously, the latter. They're in denial. And the same thing here. The Iran vice president comes out and he says, hey, 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 hey. In other words, what they are doing, hey, 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 anybody doing what we're doing? I mean, anybody doing that is not, bad news. Same thing with the Democrats. Hey, hey, Ukraine, favor, president, impeachment. And ironically enough, when he was vice president, he did the same thing. The same thing. Today, when they asked him about it, hey, well, what about you and your son when you were vice president? What'd you do? Oh, no, that is a complete, total lie. That is not true. You're mental. You're mental. Oh, you want to see a video of you saying that you did it? But yet, somehow or another, they convince themselves, whether it be a true or a lie, whatever, they convince themselves. And they become like the pillar of salt. Like Lot's wife. They can't move to the right, they can't move to the left. They're frozen in only denials and lies. I'm going to show you that today before we finish. Oh my gosh, is that late? Okay, hurry. Okay, question, Frank. Karen, I'm done. Next one, question from Beethoven. Hi, Beethoven. Aloha. Frank, in your opinion, are there any U.S. politicians who have had their assets frozen? Ooh, Beethoven. How you doing, by the way? Tell everybody in Hawaii we said hello, especially that one gentleman that I had a long talk with. I remember at your table there. Oh, gosh darn it. I guess this is going to have to be question number 2 where I say I'm sorry. I do not wish to offer any opinion or any comment on that yet. But good question. Oh my gosh, here we go. All right. It turns out there's 27. Look at that. 27 questions. Golly, we're not going to have time to answer your questions over here. Okay, questions from Living Memphis. Hi, Living Memphis. Been with us for a while. What was the Vice President Pence and President Bersani discussing in their meeting, signing documents, wrapping up those loose ends, green lighting, something perhaps? Please share what you can. In my opinion, he went over there to congratulate them. They've been so good. Kurdistan, hey, seriously, you're my boy. You're my proud son. You're always ahead of Iraq. Uh-oh, we just shut down. See what you can do.
We have to stop it. It's spinning here. It'll shut down in a minute.
See what you can do, babe, okay? You know what I need when I'm, in a way, this is God doing this, because I'm in trouble. You understand?
Yep. It didn't shut off. No. Mine is.
Poor guy yelled at him for nothing. It didn't?
The camera is spinning. Yours is on. Mine's on. They all say everything is fine. This one is.
It might, but it said what it said.
Yeah,
You
and
saw.
It said tap to do
Oh,
something
okay.
and it came back
Okay,
up.
then that makes it. Well, thank God we didn't have to break it then. That's interesting. Right when you told me, and I said I didn't, and then boom. Yeah. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. Where were we? Was Pence president? Yeah. So I pretty much answered that one. Living Memphis. Let's move on to the next question. Again, living Memphis. And okay, yeah, they shut you out. It's okay, Frank. Boom, 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 boom. Laughing. Everybody's okay. Whoa, Monica, what did she say? Oh, your admins are helping, huh? Really? I hold my water pretty good. No, I didn't go do that. I go in and yelled at someone. Anyways. And then Foxy says, well, we all got to take a break. Do you notice that I don't, Foxy? You ever notice that? Especially on Mondays, those long ones. Well, anyways. Living in Memphis, yesterday you mentioned that the Iraqi citizens were told that the second reading of the 2020 budget would take place in 2020. Please explain why we don't need the parliament to read the budget two, three times before the CBI can RI in country. Because, sweetheart, the budget needs the new rate. The new rate does not need the budget. Let it soak in. Let it soak in. Give it 3 more seconds. Oh, okay. Please explain why we don't need the parliament to read the budget two, three times before the CBI can RI in country. I'm assuming, as you stated prior, that the CBI and the GOI are two different paths, or they have a shadow government, as you discussed, but appreciate your time on this. Well, I mean, I think I already answered it. I think I answered it. Let's move on. Question from NECCO28. Do you believe that the RI will be applied to the U.S. debt? Well, you just heard me, and I explained to you that this is what the United States does in order to make money. Yeah, isn't that crazy? In my opinion. From Mark, final question. Have you been able to see anything on if we will be affected by capital gains? I don't understand your question, Mark. Have you been able to see anything? Okay, I understand that. On if, okay, we will be affected by capital gains. Affected. I
When they
don't,
exchange,
huh?
when they exchange, capital gains tax probably is what he's asking.
Of course, there's going to be a capital gains, and of course, you're going to pay taxes on it. I don't know what the taxes categories and brackets are right now. That's why you're going to get a team together, and they're going to teach you. You're going to get a CPA, a bookkeeper. I have an IRS agent as my CPA. I want the latest. I want the latest laws well interpreted, so that I don't get fined and so that I don't overpay. So have I seen anything that will affect us on capital gains? No, don't know anything except that you better pay your taxes, because if you don't pay your taxes, oh buddy, they'll find you. Then they'll come after you. And whatever excuse you come up with, oh, I put it in offshore accounts, or oh, I gave it to my Aunt Bessie and she gave it to the dog and he ate it. Whatever it is, you do not play with Uncle Sam. Okay? Give it to him. Throw it at him. But do your part. Besides, realize you live in the United States of America. I have lived in other countries. And I have been scared when I lived in other countries. There's no greater land than the United States of America. Somebody asked me one time, Frank, why do you go to Hawaii 33 times? Yeah, that was the 33rd trip. I don't understand. Why do you go to Hawaii? Why don't you go to Spain? Why don't you go to Africa? Why don't you go to South America? Why don't you go this and that? Why do you always go to Hawaii? Because Hawaii is like all those places. Pretty much for me, tropical wind kissing my face, plenty of sun, beach, good food, happy. And if I get pulled over, let's say I'm speeding, or I didn't make my right turn, and the cop pulls me over, let me see your license. Yes, sir. There it is. If I'm in another country, my parents were pulled over by the German police because my mother took a picture of a building where my father used to work at. This was about 20 years ago, about 5 years before she died. And they surrounded them with 6 police cars. Dee, 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 dee. I mean, oh, buddy, my sister was with them. They were scared. The driver of the taxi jumps out of the car, runs, pointing, they're in there, Americans. I love this land. And if I get pulled over by the policeman, he knows in Hawaii, Oh yeah, okay. There you go, bro. There's your license. But he knows. Yeah, okay. Give me a ticket. If I get sick, I break a leg, I go to the doctor. When my mother gave birth to my sister, the nurses were brutal to my mother. They hit her. And when my mom was screaming for a shot, a saddleback, anything, help me. And they said, you Americans are tough. You don't need no shots. They forced her to give birth to my sister that way. The doctors. There's no greater land than the United States of America. There's no greater country. There's no greater government. There's no greater people. And you should be grateful about that. And you should pay your taxes with great joy. A privilege to do so. Be honored. The next time you pay your taxes, think about a place where you don't pay your taxes because it's communistic. And you only get what they give you. What are we doing? Am I done?
You were, I think, done answering all of those.
Okay. I want to show you something, and then maybe we'll read you Firefly's report, and we'll call it an end. I know it's been a long one, but I hope it's been helpful. I pray. If not, tell me so I don't waste my time. I'm going to take you on a little tour. It might take about 10 minutes, but I don't care. I have a mission here because the question was posed. It was from Big D. Does the IG report coming out on December the 9th, which will tie the hands of our corrupt politicians and government bureaucrats, tie into the timing of the RI? In the beginning, he went. In the end, he sends. Because of your question. Very soon, next month, the rest of the world is going to get more involved with this impeachment. And I believe that a Pandora box has been opened by the Democratic Party. And not all Democrats. I got lots of Democratic friends. A lot of my family is Democrats. No, hush. But it is these specific ones, for some reason, that are just, they've got a sickness. They're infected with anger. And it doesn't matter their jurisdictions. Yesterday I talked about, what's her name? Nancy P. Her district. It's horrible. You should see Schiffler's district. It's worse. They don't care. Watch this. I'm going to show you about 5-6 videos. Please watch.
And conservative watchdog Judicial Watch unveils documents showing the FBI provided special accommodations for Hillary Clinton's aides who testified about her email probe in 2016. Here's the latest.
They're going to be impeaching anyone? They need to be impeaching the people who are behind this.
35 newly surfaced documents reveal senior FBI officials had met privately with an attorney who represented 3 of Hillary Clinton's advisors about the former secretary's email probe. That's according to an interpretation of reports by Judicial Watch on Friday. A subset of the documents reportedly show emails from March 2016 between then FBI General Counsel James Baker and former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. The two discussed holding discreet meetings with attorney Beth Wilkinson, who was representing a handful of Clinton aides. Judicial Watch says the documents show the high-ranking FBI officials met in private locations to avoid stakeouts by the press. The president of the government watchdog says this information shows Clinton's campaign had insider access.
Is it any surprise that Clinton wasn't prosecuted when you had this sort of corrupted insider gamesmanship going on? These documents show that Hillary Clinton's team had advocates at the top of the FBI.
Judicial Watch says the FBI will continue producing related documents about the email probe through 2021.
Should be. Oh, well.
GOP Congressman Devin Nunes is expected to take legal action against CNN and the Daily Beast for what he claims is fake news. According to Breitbart, Nunes intends to file a lawsuit over 2 articles published Friday, alleging an associate of Rudy Giuliani is willing to tell Congress that Nunes met with an ex-Ukrainian prosecutor. The meeting is said to have been focused on getting dirt on Joe Biden. CNN also claims Nunes arranged a secret trip to Vienna to meet with Viktor Shokin, the former prosecutor who was fired at the request of Biden. However, Nunes says these stories are demonstrably false and scandalous and are the perfect example of defamation and reckless disregard for the truth. Meanwhile, as Representative Nunes is preparing to take legal action against the fake news media, Representative Adam Schiff is coming under scrutiny for his own ties to Ukraine. One America's Pearson shows us more.
Pandora box.
In the media circus surrounding impeachment, Democrats are eager to attack President Trump over his alleged ties to Ukraine, despite not being able to provide a shred of evidence of any wrongdoing. The lead attack dog in the Democrats' lineup is California Representative Adam Schiff, a radical left-winger who's been repeatedly caught telling flat-out lies, such as making up what President Trump said in his phone call with the president of Ukraine.
So he made it up. He went up to a microphone and in front of the American people and in Congress, he went out and he gave a whole presentation of words that the President of the United States never said. It has to be a criminal act. It has to be. And he should resign. And some people even say it was treason.
So what could Schiff be trying to divert attention away from regarding Ukraine? For starters, his connection to the Ukrainian industrialist and arms dealer Igor Pasternak. The CEO of Worldwide Aeros Corp, Pasternak makes weapons and airships for both the United States and Ukraine, and Schiff's ties to the Soviet-born arms dealer go back at least 6 years, to before the conflict in Ukraine even began. Back then, Adam Schiff had rarely mentioned Ukraine, but after July 18, 2013, he couldn't stop talking about it.
Of course not.
Perhaps that's because that's the year that Igor Pasternak invited Adam Schiff over to his mansion in Washington, D.C. for a fundraiser, where guests were charged up to $2,500 for attending. All checks were made to be payable to Adam Schiff for Congress. After that, Schiff made numerous references to the country on television and in speeches, even telling Wolf Blitzer on CNN that he thought Ukraine was long overdue for more weapons from the U.S.
Fascinating.
And Schiff's lobbying for Pasternak paid off, securing his company a $60 million contract from the Pentagon for one of its projects.
Fascinating.
But that's not all, as new evidence appears to show Schiff has received donations from 2 U.S. corporations tied to the $7.4 billion corruption scandal involving Ukrainian gas giant Burisma.
Fascinating.
A report from Gateway Pundit reveals Adam Schiff has received numerous donations from both BlackRock and Franklin Templeton Investments, both of which are now part of a criminal investigation for laundering money through Burisma. Considering his close ties to a Ukrainian arms dealer and his funding from businesses involved in a corruption scandal, it seems clear why Schiff would not only push his anti-Russian narrative, but also wouldn't want anyone investigating Burisma. But Adam Schiff isn't the only Democrat with a contradictory history involving Ukraine. Dr. Fiona Hill, testified before the impeachment inquiry on Thursday, claimed she was worried that holding back aid to Ukraine would threaten its national security. Hill is a foreign affairs specialist and formerly served on the National Security Council and explained Ukraine couldn't defend itself against Russia without weapons from the U.S. But that's a complete 180 from her position back in 2015 when she argued giving any weapons to Ukraine was actually a big big mistake. In an article for the Washington Post, she insisted that giving Ukraine military aid would, quote, push Putin into a regional war and could even cost the U.S. our allies in Europe.
Hypocrite.
Meanwhile, Democrats seem content to ignore that President Trump actually delivered all of the aid that was promised to Ukraine before, during, and after his phone call with President Zelensky, who has repeatedly said there was nothing wrong with the call. And all of this without Ukraine doing anything Trump was allegedly demanding. Not only that, but President Trump's support to Ukraine, including sending advanced Javelin anti-tank missiles, has been far greater than Obama's, who never provided any weapons and who, Fiona Hill testified, was actually afraid of upsetting Vladimir Putin by arming the Ukrainians. Despite this hypocrisy and the glaring holes in their investigation, as well as Schiff's obvious ties to corrupt Ukrainian corporations, Democrats seem determined to plow ahead at all costs, ignoring that President Trump has done far more to protect Ukraine than Obama ever did.
Yep.
One American News, I'm Pearson Sharp.
All righty, I tell you what, that's one. I'm not done. Go ahead and straighten out, honey. Get something so you don't have to stand there with the mic, that we can put it in, maybe like a cup or something. And I want to show you the next one, family, okay?
The California Republican congressional candidate Eric Early challenges House Intel Chairman Adam Schiff to a debate. Early, who is gunning for Schiff's seat in Congress, slaps the incumbent representative in an interview with people of his district. He highlighted Schiff's disregard for many problems in his state, such as the rise in homeless population and increase in crime rates. Early went on to say, in between chasing cameras and national special interest donors, Schiff should explain why he has ignored his congressional district.
We have this guy Schiff who is completely convictionless. He's really spineless. He is just a Democrat political hack, and these are tough times. It is time to send Adam Schiff packing. We've had enough of him and his lack of care for our district.
Early adds, Schiff continues to focus on the Democrat-led impeachment inquiry, ignoring the general well-being of people in California's 28th district. A new national survey shows
Number 3.
even those who don't align with the president politically. At a campaign event in South Carolina, a protester heckled 2020 candidate Joe Biden, saying under the Obama administration, more illegal immigrants were deported during his first 2 years as president as compared to President Trump.
Liar.
Biden quite literally responded to the protesters' comments, saying he should vote for President Trump.
Listen.
The president's administration continues to...
Did you hear that? Hold on. Hold on. Listen to what he says to this registered voter.
Policy at the southern border.
Did it stop on me? Dear God. Here we go. I can't believe that this man doesn't even want to do his job, and he says, well, vote for Trump.
As compared to President Trump, Biden quite literally responded to the protesters' comments, saying he should vote for President Trump. The president's administration continues to fight to enact policy at the southern border.
Why don't we do what he suggests? What a coward statement. Did y'all see the new Yoda, the baby Yoda? Isn't that precious? Watch the next video.
Baby Yoda merchandise will be available at various shopping chains, including Target.
Now watch what this man says. Watch. You've seen it before.
At a Minnesota elementary school goes viral after a video surfaced showing a young student.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait, this is a loving story. Hold on, I'll come back to this one. Here, where is it? This is it right here. Watch this. So he's saying that Trump did all these things, And you've seen this before, but yet when they ask him about this, he says that it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's here. Let me try this one first.
Hearing more from former Vice President Joe Biden in his exclusive interview with CNN's Don Lemon. And in it, Biden weighs in on impeachment and says that his former Senate colleague, Lindsey Graham, should be embarrassed for trying to launch an investigation into the Biden family, even though there has been no evidence of wrongdoing.
The Graham cookie crumbled.
I want to talk to you about impeachment.
Yes.
Do you think Democrats have made their case? Do you see an impeachable offense?
I think it's clear on the record that Donald Trump went in addition to the violations that have been uncovered relative to the Mueller report. I think Donald Trump is no doubt he's asked foreign countries to interfere in our electoral process, period. It's been established. Now, Republicans are trying to make it that has nothing to do with anything. The truth is, it's a violation of the Constitution to do that. So I think the case has been made clear. What the Republicans do when it gets over to the Senate, where the actual trial begins, impeachment, indictment. That means an indictment. So I believe he should be impeached and have the Senate try whether or not they are high crimes and misdemeanors that would cause him to be thrown out of office. That's a decision for them to make. I hope they have the courage. I hope they remember this is a moment when their record is going down in history, is whether they played it by the rules.
But Republicans are still trying to make this about you and your son.
Sure they are, but look, there's not a scintilla of evidence.
What?
That I did anything wrong.
You sick man.
If you notice, what's happened is the entire spectrum of people involved, from our folks in the EU, our friends, to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, to our allies, to the Ukrainians. Not a single shred that I did anything other
You
than my
are
job.
insane.
That has to anger you because they keep bringing you up over and over. You
goodbye.
say it's not
Okay. So you hear this man denying it because that's what they're accusing the president of, correct? All right. Watch. You've seen it, but I've got to show it to you.
You sick human being.
Gotten a commitment from Poroshenko, they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time.
Well, it just so happens that the general prosecutor was investigating an energy firm in which Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, was heavily invested.
Of course. Well, I guess we've made our point, haven't we, family? Anyways. To answer your question, thank you, Tank. Does the IG report coming out on December the 9th, which will tie the hands of our corrupt politicians and government bureaucrats, tie into the timing of the RI? In the beginning, he sent his team. In the end, he sends his team. And in the end, the Democrats are desperately trying to stop him. And they've been trying to stop him for over 3 years because they know what is about to happen. I pray that you've enjoyed yourself tonight. I'm sorry it took so long. There's a good amount of you. God bless you all. And I'll be with you Monday. I'm not going to be with you tomorrow. And I wish you all well. I hope that you pray for each other, support each other, love each other. And stay in constant prayer. The reason why, Billy Graham made a statement just before he died. They asked him, Billy, or Mr. Graham, if there's anything that you would do different in your life, what would it be? And he says, I think I failed myself by not praying enough. What? A man like Billy Graham telling me that he didn't pray enough in his lifetime? You see this atmosphere? Well, you can't see it, but the atmosphere around me, it's on every inch of every little square inch of my body. Well, it has to be. It's even inside my lungs in order to keep me going, right? Well, this world, this atmosphere, of this planet Earth, or this world, I should say, is the domain of the workers of Satan. It is the domain of the demons that attack us. And God's word says, stay in constant prayer. Because by staying in constant prayer, you can fight these demons, the principalities of this world. How true, Mr. Graham? How true? Because even when I say my morning prayers, 5 minutes later, I'm yelling and screaming at somebody. How true, Mr. Graham? Because even after I say my prayers for, my breakfast, I'm still judging somebody. How true, Mr. Graham? Because even when I lay myself to sleep at night and say my prayers, I'm still being tempted. How true. Literally, with every breath of this atmosphere that is literally infected with demons, requires one to be in prayer 24/7 and every minute and every second of it. It's good to always be talking to God, isn't it? May I encourage you to do that. God bless you, and I'll see you on Monday. Yes, thank you.
They're all asking for Firefly report.
Oh, Firefly's report.
All their report.
Really? I guess my time zone can still help a little more. It's okay. You may be surprised. You may not. I'm not going to give you yesterday's report if you don't mind, okay? Because it's pretty late already. I'll just give you today. In a small way, I guess you kind of need yesterday's, don't you? To understand. Well, they were angry. 3 more killed, 25 injured. Mahdi is saying that we need 45 more days and the citizens set up yours. We see that the United States is talking to some people, Mr. Frank, and this is encouraging. We see Article 140, Baghdad Kurds coming down to meet. We understand that there was no plan or no agreement, but we know there is. Oh, thank you, Jen. I need to drink something real quick. Mr. Frank, they just told us that the 2020, this is yesterday's report. That's why I'm paraphrasing and doing it very quickly. They just told us on television, they just came on and they said that, besides the Kurdistan thing, they said that the 2020 budget it will go for the second reading, and the actual voting of the budget appears once the budget is implemented, Mr. Frank, then they will have to be a rate change to cover the budget and the demands. You see, they know. And the demands like reconstructions and other demands of the citizens, because this is a historical budget. Oh, buddy. Protests in the street go, we're not having demands and budgets, and we're not going to wait. They sell us all of the needs, all of our needs, all of our demands are all in this budget, and it will be pushed for 2020, possibly the end of February on the final reading of the and voting. Yeah, but you see, you have to understand, Eddie, like I told you already, they need a rate change for this budget. Got it? The rate change does not need the budget. The budget needs the rate change. Got it? Thank God, I just started watching. Don't text me right now. Thank you for your compliment, but We're seeing today photos of the news and the government officials in Iran making currency exchanges. In the past, there's photographs and there's videos of these people and what they did, the evidence of the corruption. We are all happy. We are all excited. There was a big uproar in the streets when we saw that. Excellent report, Eddie. And I want to thank you for the information. I continue to pray for that the United States of America continues to move forward to removing the Iranian influence, because that is the key for the suitable environment that the central bank is looking for. Yes, sir, Mr. Frank. We understand. Send to you more later. Thank you very much. And then we talked about the banks and the teller and his friends and his boss, and I can't share any of that with you. U.S. Today just put Mr. Frank. They just showed us on TV. They put sanctions on the Iranian communication minister for shutting off the internet to the citizens of Iraq and Iran, violating our civil rights. Mr. Frank, this morning, here we go. Mr. Frank, your vice president showed up today. Mr. Frank. Your vice president was here today talking about situation here to our leaders. Notice that. They're leaders. Not the Jew. Here to our leaders and meeting with the United States of America troops. You see, they told you that he met with the troops, for some turkey or something like that, but they didn't tell you what, and I'm not going to tell you who the leaders were and all that. And if the media don't want to tell you, fine. And you don't need to know. You know darn well what's going on. Meeting USA, Mr. Frank, they kept telling us the wants and needs of the protesters will be in the budget. It will be in the budget. They keep telling them in the budget. However, the second reading and the vote on the 2020 budget will be early February 2020, unless, and again, don't worry about it. You need the rate, and then you need the budget. What if you get the budget? Well, where's the rate? You understand, Eddie? Tell them all this. You be the leader. It will be early February 2020 unless they are trying to fool us, as I don't look for a rate change until about the budget, when it comes out, is implemented. Then the rate must change. No, Eddie. Then the rate must change to make the budget work. We don't see lowered notes until after the rate is. And what my bank, I can't stop right there. Okay, so let me just show you that much at least. And what my budget, and we would have said we won't see the lower notes, Mr. Frank, until after the rate is and what my banker. And market, thank you. And what my his opinion is that the protesting, this is their friends in the banks. Their opinion in the banks is, these guys at the banks, right? Well, they're just workers. They don't know that there's ice cream. In my opinion, they probably know because they heard my opinion. So he says, in his opinion, there you go, that the budget is when it's implemented, then the rate must change to make the budget work. We won't see the lower notes until after the rate is, and this is our opinion. And with my friends here, our opinion is that they're still protesting in the streets, and they're still meeting violence. The Iranian-backed forces are still sniping and killing citizens. Mahdi not doing anything. It's like Iraq not in control of nothing. We think. So they're friends. They're bank friends. They think what you think. They think what we think. We better stop this protesting because we ain't gonna see jack until we stop it. And now that we see Daddy there and more of Daddy there, and you say there's more coming, Frank? Yeah. Okay, we stop it. Because we like what we seen. They arrested. They covered the dollar. No more stealing. The next thing you know, oh my gosh, they're going to give us ice cream? That would be nice. With a cherry on top. Okay. I like sprinkles too. Nuts. So yeah, that's our opinion, and I mean, they're still killing us, and Mahdi is not doing anything. It's like Iraq is not in control of nothing. We think that the USA work out the Iranian back influence. We think that that's what you guys are doing here. You're gonna get them out. This is good. The Iranian back influence. We will see. Then we will see the budget, and then the rate. No, you see the rate, and then the budget. We seeing more and more USA presence, which we love the troops. Oh yeah, well, like G.I. Joes, Jedis. They're not G.I. Joes, they're Jedis, man. Present, we see more and more USA present, which the troops, which we love the troops, and they're still at the CBI. And then, like today, VP of USA here. Then we see USA putting sanctions on criminal charges on all those Iranian-backed leaders in Iraq. Ha ha ha! Yeah, okay, let's stop protesting. Let's get some ice cream. It's hot. Continuing. Mr. Frank, your VP, he met with Kurds. He met with Kurds for 2 hours today. That was cool. Citizens really are fired up, Mr. Frank, up today to learn from the crooked government that they say at the end of their 45-day period given to them that they're going to do the demands, but that they will only give us 20% of the demands. What? 20% of the demands done looks like another for green being planted for Monday with this news. No. You think that the United States is going to allow them just to give you 20% of your demands? Hell, you already got 20% of them. Just when we got there. Now you're planning to hit them again in the green? No! Go home. But if not, because when the next time you ask me, why don't they give us what we want? Why don't you go home? Stop it. You're at peace. You said you're at peace. So I tell him, Eddie, here. So I tell him, Eddie, I told you that we were coming, and we did. And I told you that there was more coming, and he showed up. Today, our VP, now, I also tell you, you have to stop the protesting if you want the CBI to give you the purchasing power this year. Because they need to raise the rate first and then the budget. That's why the rate will be raised this year, in my opinion, so that the budget can take the new rate and do the math in January of next year and present it to you in February after the second reading. Try to understand this. And when you do, try to tell the rest of the citizens. God bless you, my friend. That's a short version of it. Yes, Mr. Frank. But it's out of control. I know. It's out of control. Now the government is telling citizens things to demand a respond, and they will get one. The protesters are saying 45 days is a joke. And now they say only 20% at the end of the 45 days. Understood, Eddie. I mean, understood. And yes, that is a joke. But I don't think it'll turn out that way. He says, this group protesting is not like us. They are young and they are young and ill-willed. It's probably a spell check that messed it up for him. In other words, look, this is a new breed. Yes, Eddie, we've been watching and we think that, well, it's best I don't say anything. But yes, Eddie, they are different, aren't they? Daddy will get rid of them, though, okay? But give them time. Give them time. Now, so he says, this group protesting is not like us. They are young, and their will is to bring ill, bad. So I say, and I said, now do you understand why I told you 4 days ago? I don't think it's the Iraqis doing this in the streets anymore. And trust me, the United States knows this, in my opinion. Later, very late in the afternoon, Mr. Frank, on our late news, they're showing the telephone interviews with Mahdi, who was speaking with the United States Vice President Pence. And Mahdi was quoted saying, he will do whatever. I will do whatever, whatever, to protect the demonstrators and work on the demands. But he was worried over the Iranian influence. You see, I told you yesterday, family, these guys are not saying everything perfect. Oh my goodness, they cannot make a mistake. They're sounding like the perfect ministers, the perfect prime minister. Yeah. Well, yeah. Read it. Yes, sir. But Mahdi is worried about the Iranian influence. And the United States of America got the word about the Iranian influence loud and clear. USA Vice President responded, yes, we know. I better show you before you think. When the word got out about the Iranian influence, they said the United States we got it. Mahdi said we got that loud and clear, because the USA VP responded, yes, we know. And the USA will hold accountable anyone or any country who violates human rights if of any, the human rights of any Iraqi citizens. To which then I told him, I said, do you notice that the vice president said the same thing, the same words that I just told you 3 hours ago? Yes, we know. Smile. And Eddie says, yes, sir. Eddie mentioned that. Eddie says that the United States of America will handle Iran. It's already started. And I tell him about la 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 la. I said, in my opinion, it started about 2 weeks ago. Now you take care. Yes, sir. Bye. Bye. And I say bye to you. God bless you. You all take care of each other, okay? And I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you. Can I tell them to hit my like?
Sure.
I never ask you this. But if you like what I do on the UB2B, can you hit our like button? I just found out that it would be good for me. I didn't know. Take a magic marker and write like across your screen or something. I don't know, but where do they hit the like button, Jen?
The thumbs up. And I think if they're on chat, they can't do it until they close the chat and then go to the like button. They can hit it afterwards.
Oh, you can hit the like when you're done with chat. No wonder it's on. Wow, 294. We had like about 1,500 or so. No wonder the percentages are bad, because nobody seems to like what we do. If they don't, we can stop. I'll stay on in our form. Oh well. I mean, I'm not saying that like a threat or anything like that. I'm just saying that. I mean, it is what it is. If you like what we do, we hit the like button. It would help me. I appreciate it. I don't ask too much from you all. God bless you, okay? You take care. I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you Monday. What time? UB2B at 4:30 to 5. And then live stream from 7 until whenever. God bless you. Thank you, man.